Okay, good morning class. So this is our first day of learning accounting lessons, specifically for our subject Fundamentals of Accountancy. Let us first recall the definition of accounting. Okay, do you recall the definition of accounting based on your lessons during your grade 11 school years class? So let's see, no? So, what is accounting? Accounting can be defined as the process of identifying, recording, and communicating economic information about an organization or another entity in order to permit informed judgments by users of the information. So tingnan natin class ang mga terminologies na ginamit. The process of identifying, tas may recording, communicating, tapos meron pang users of information. Okay, based on the definition, accounting consists of inputs, several processes, and an output. So let's take a look at this. The process of identification. So first, no, determine the transaction whether it is a business or non-business. So kapag non-business yan, set aside mo na. Kapag business, ibig sabihin it affects the assets, liabilities, or equity of the transaction. Okay? So dyan papasok yung identifying. And also, no, i-identify mo ano-anong mga specific accounts ito. Okay. Now, recording, syempre, we all know about the journal entry that we are doing or we are making just to record the transaction. Okay, this is the original entry. What we call this? This is the the book of the original entry. And also sa recording, no, kasama na diyan yung sa journal books, mga paggamit ng ledger at iba't ibang mga ginagamit natin sa ating day-to-day process as accountants. Okay. Now, communicating, syempre, when we are done with our financial statements, we are uh, um, conveying the informations found in it to our partners, to the owners of the company, to the board of directors, and also to the other stakeholders. Okay. So uh, uh, the inputs needed by an accountant are the economic transactions entered into by the business, evidenced by supporting documents. Okay, note business transaction if there is no supporting document. Okay, this include capital contribution by the owners, rendering of services to the customers, and payments of expenses to suppliers. Okay. Now, the end product or output of accounting is useful financial information. Kaya nga useful dahil sa pamamagitan ng mga information na makikita natin sa financial statement, tayo ay magbibigay ng desisyon. No? Ito yung sinasabi nating questions that should be answered by the financial information. Should I invest more cash in the business? Okay, no? Ako ba bilang investor, maglalagak ba ako ng mas marami pang kapital sa aking negosyo? Okay, creditors are also guided by this information in answering the question, should we lend more money to the business? Okay, kung ako ay creditor, ako ang nagpapautang by just merely looking at the financial information given by the financial statement, makakapag-decide ako kung ako ba ay magpapautang sa kumpanyang yan o hindi. Ayan, di ba? Kaya ganyan ka-powerful ang tinatawag nating financial information. So, Again, financial information is contained and communicated through the financial statements. Financial statements are like chapter of a novel, telling different stories of an interrelated subject. No? Iba-ibang mga subject na interrelated. So, broad siya. Okay, specifically, financial statements are organized depictions of the events that happened in a business. Diba? Depictions of the events, no? Mga pangyayari na nangyayari sa negosyo. So, a complete set of financial statements are composed of the following. The first one is the statement of financial position or balance sheet. The second one, the statement of comprehensive income or income statement. The third one, the statement of changes in equity. And the fourth one, the statement of cash flow. So lahat ito ay madidiscuss natin during our entire course. Okay, but now let us focus first on the statement of financial position or the balance sheet. Okay, what is the statement of financial position? A balance sheet is also called a statement of financial position because it provides a snapshot of your assets and liabilities, and therefore net worth, at a single point in time. Okay, yan daw yung makikita natin sa ating balance sheet. Snapshot of your assets and liabilities. In other words, ano ba yung snapshot? Parang complete picture, di ba? Parang overview rin ng ating kumpanya. Okay, so at a single point in time, unlike the other financial statements, such as the profit and loss reports. Ano ba itong profit and loss reports? No, later on malalaman natin pag tayo ay lumipat na sa kabilang o sa susunod na financial statement. Okay, which give you information about your business over a period of time. All right. So again, what is balance sheet? Oh, 'di ba? Ang ganda ng ating graphical representation. Pero babalikan natin 'yan maya-maya. Okay. So, let us discuss the definition of terms. Okay? The statement of financial position, also known as the balance sheet, this statement includes the amounts of the company's total assets, liabilities, and owner's equity, which in totality provides the condition of the company on a specific date. Okay, no? Dito pinapakita yung tinatawag nating, sabi natin, major accounts found in the balance sheet. The assets, the liabilities, and the owner's equity. At sabi, no, na nagpapakita ng kondisyon ng isang kumpanya at a specific date. Okay, mamaya, malalaman natin yung ano ba yung specific date na sinasabi na yan. Okay? Okay. Now, lipat tayo sa permanent accounts. As the name suggests, these accounts are permanent in a sense that their balances remain intact from one accounting period to another. Okay? Mamaya, makikita nyo ang example ng permanent accounts na yan. Okay? Contra assets. The contra asset accounts are those that are presented under the asset portion of the balance sheet, but are reductions to the company's assets. These include allowance for doubtful accounts and accumulated depreciation. Sa balance sheet na ipapakita ko sa inyo, malalaman natin alin dyan ang contra asset accounts. No? So, one can compare a statement of financial position to a static picture or portrait. Diba? This statement literally presents a company's position when it comes to the resources it owns, obligations or yung ating liabilities, and the owner's interest or yung equity. Okay, so yan ang nature ng ating balance sheet, no? Pinapakita yung pinapakita yung position ng kumpanya as of this date. Okay. So, there are three major elements of the statement of financial position. Okay? So, you are already familiar with it because it has been discussed during your grade 11 accounting 1. Okay, the first one is assets, and the second one liabilities, and the third one owner's equity. Always remember that the total amount of assets is equivalent to the total amount of liabilities and owner's equity combined. Okay, ano ang tawag natin dito? Kung naaalala nyo, ayan na, mabasa nyo, no? Accounting equation. O, nakikita nyo dito? No? Accounting equation. So, balikan natin yung ating picture kanina sa balance sheet. Diba? O, nakikita nyo ang accounting equation dyan. Assets is equals to liabilities plus the equity. Okay, o dito meron ng pinakita mga example, no? Ang asset ay composed of cash, inventory, property. Sa liabilities naman, rent, wages, utilities, taxes, loans. Makikita natin yan sa ating balance sheet mamaya. Okay, now there are two forms of statement of financial position. Namely, we have the report form and also we have the account form. Ano ba yung pagkakaiba niyan? Okay, a form of the statement of financial position that shows asset accounts first and then liabilities and owner's equity accounts after. Sa account form naman ay makikita natin dito the assets are on the left side and the liabilities and the owner's equity are on the other side or on the right side. You know, like the debit and credit balances of an account. Okay. Ito na ang example natin. Diba? Nakakita na kayo ng balance sheet noong kayo ay grade 11. So, I'm sure familiar na kayo sa ating mga dinidiscuss sa content ng mga ito. Okay. Diba? So, isa-isahin natin, no? Ano ba yung kaninang narinig natin na permanent accounts at contra asset accounts. Okay. So, sa nakikita ninyong balance sheet, alin dyan ang permanent accounts? Sabi, ito raw ay nananatiling intact from one accounting period to another. So, tingnan natin. Ang mga examples ng permanent accounts ay itong mga to. Cash, accounts receivable, tapos inventories, property, plant and equipment, investment, intangible assets. Kasi nga, ang sabi ay nananatili ito intact kahit hanggang sa susunod na accounting period. Okay. And then, we have also the payables, no? Notes payable, accounts payable. Okay? Kasama yan sa mga permanent accounts. And syempre, the owner's capital. Okay. Makikita nyo rin dito, class. No, we have the contra asset accounts. Hanapin natin dito. Asan dyan ang contra asset accounts? Di ba ang sabi, ito ay part ng makikita nyo sa balance sheet. Pero ito ay kabawasan doon sa isang account na kung saan sinusundan niya. So, hanapin nyo dyan ang tinatawag nating contra asset accounts. So, kung nakita ninyo na iyong allowance for bad debts ang contra asset account, kayo ay tama. Diba? Pansinin nyo. Accounts receivable, less allowance for bad debts. So, 240,000 minus 20,000, kaya 220,000 na lang ang accounts receivable. Okay? Meron pang isang contra asset account. Itong property, plant, and equipment, normally meron yan. Hindi lang pinakita dito. Pero that is in the form of a depreciation account or the accumulated depreciation. So I'm sure no, yung grade 11 ninyo na-encounter nyo rin yan tinatawag nating accumulated depreciation sa mga transactions. Okay. So, tingnan natin guys, no? After this, okay, no? Kung mapapansin nyo, itong particular na example na ito ng balance sheet, sabi rito, this is an example of a report form. Okay? Report form yan. Susunod kong ipapakita ay ang account form. Ngayon, nakita nyo yung dalawa. Dito, madidistinguish nyo na ano ang pagkakaiba ng account form at ng report form. Pareho ba tayo ng iniisip, class? Nakita nyo ba ang pagkakaiba ng account form sa report form ng balance sheet? Tama kayo, guys, no? Okay, sa report form, nakita nyo ang assets nasa taas and then sinundan ng liabilities and equity. Diba? Liability and then equity. No? Vertical siya. Pagdating sa account form, yung assets ay nasa left side of the financial statement and then yung liabilities and equity ay nasa right side ng financial statement. And then, mapapansin nyo dito sa account form, no, magkapantay halos yung total assets tsaka yung total liabilities and equity. Napansin nyo, di ba? And syempre, I'm sure napansin nyo rin itong double rule. No? Total assets are double ruled and total liabilities and equity is double ruled because they represent the end of a part of the financial statement. So, kasi nire-represent nila ay yung totals. Kaya, dina-double rule natin. So, tingnan nyo, ganun din naman dito sa report form. Okay? So, ano ba itong mga nasa gilid na ito, class? Okay? Dito na tayo papasok. The elements of statement of financial position and steps in preparation. Okay, no? Dito na tayo sa mga steps, no? Kung paano pini-prepare ang financial statement. No, napakadali lang kasi ito na yan, no? The first one is that the statement heading includes the name of the company, name of the statement, and date covered. Balikan muna natin. Ito na lang account form. Okay, the name of the company. Okay, ayan, no, heading. The name of the company, the ABM company. Siyempre, ano bang financial statement ito? Okay, particularly ito ay statement of financial position or balance sheet. Okay, and also the date. Ano nakalagay sa date? As of December 31, 2020. Tingnan natin. The date of the statement of financial position is as at or as of the end of the period. Example, no? As of December 31, 2020. Ano ba ito? Bakit yan ang ginamit? The use of as of in the balance sheet means that the amounts are accumulated or cumulative from the beginning of the life of the company since these amounts are permanent. Okay? Ano ba yung cumulative? Naiipon. Kaya ang sinasabi as of December 31 as against dun sa isang financial statement na ma-discuss natin on the next weeks. Okay? So, basta itong balance sheet, pag sinabi natin na as of December 31, 2020, pinapakita nito ang position or condition or the picture of the company by that date, December 31, 2020. Okay, so number 2, okay, the second step, prepare the asset section. Okay, assets are categorized as current or non-current. Balikan muna natin. Nakita nyo, we have assets, we have non-current assets, we have also liabilities and non-current liabilities. Okay? So, ito total mo yung current assets, may nakalagay na total current assets. Ganon din naman sa non-current. No? Ito total mo rin yan, total non-current assets. At mag-arrive ka sa total assets na i-double rule mo. Okay? So, napaka-importante na ma-distinguish nyo yung mga accounts that will fall under current assets and non-current assets. Okay. Current assets that can be realized, okay, assets are categorized as current or non-current. Current assets and non-current assets are arranged by liquidity. Ano ba yung liquidity na tinatawag? Liquidity for this purpose means the ease of converting cash or such assets into cash. Okay, syempre yung cash, assist na yan. O, paano yung iba? Accounts receivable, merchandise inventory. Okay, sabi, ang liquidity daw ay tumutukoy doon sa gaano ba kabilis ma-convert into cash itong mga bagay na ito. No, kagaya ng nung receivable, no, kapag binayaran ka ng utang. At syempre, kaya no, collected. Diba? Ano ba yung kinokolekta natin? Yung cash at syempre yung accounts receivable or notes receivable. Okay? Sold. Ano ba yung binebenta natin? Yung merchandise inventory. Okay, di ba? So, kasama sila sa current assets. And used up. Ano yung used up? Kagaya nitong prepaid expense. Okay? Do you remember what prepaid expense is? Ano nga ba yung prepaid expense? Ang prepaid expense, no, parang ganito yan. No? Ako ay nangungupahan ng opisina sa isang Juan. Okay? Tapos, ang ginawa ko, sabi ko kay Juan, babayaran ko na yung 5 buwan. Okay? Para hindi na ako mamproblema sa monthly, no? Bayaran ko na agad in advance yung 5 buwan. Okay, nag-start ako mangupahan noong January. Okay, ang binayaran ko, January, February, March, April, May, hanggang May. So, therefore, pagdating ng January 31, date ng financial statement, yung February, yung March, yung April, at saka yung May, sila ay papasok sa prepaid expense. Ayan yon. Okay, so pagkatapos naman ng February, mababawasan na naman ng prepaid expense. So they fall under current assets. Non-current assets, these are the assets that cannot be realized 1 year after year-end date. So, hindi sila nare-realized within a year. Example niyan, itong property, plant, and equipment, okay, furniture, building, land, long-term investments, at intangible assets. No? Hindi tayo nag-expect kasi dyan na sila ay mako-convert into cash within 1 year. Or, they cannot be collected within a year, they cannot be sold within a year, and they cannot be used up within a year. Okay, so that is the current asset portion. Okay? The number 3 step is that prepare the liabilities section. Balikan natin. Dito na lang. Okay, liabilities section, di ba? They are after the assets section. Okay, so kung merong current assets, meron ding current liabilities. At meron ding non-current liabilities. Okay. Pansin nyo, di ba? So, ano ba itong liabilities? Liabilities are categorized as current or non-current. Finally, current and non-current liabilities are arranged by liquidity. Liquidity for this purpose means the ease of converting such liabilities into cash. Okay? So, yun, kabaligtaran nung sa asset, no? Ito naman ay, syempre, more on, ibabayad mo siya. No? Settling the obligation. So, liabilities, under current liabilities, are, example, notes payable, accounts payable, accrued expense. No? Ano ba yung accrued expenses? Ito yung mga utilities payable. Kagaya na sa Meralco, sa water bill natin, ayan, yung mga telephone, mga binabayaran nating bill. And also unearned income. So these are the liabilities that fall under current liabilities. Now, the liabilities that do not fall due within 1 year, di ba? Ang tawag natin sa kanila ay non-current liabilities. Kasama na dyan ang loans payable, mortgage payable, etc. etc. Ano ba yung mortgage? Ano ba yung loans payable? Ano ba pagkakaiba niyan? No? Kung kayo ay may magulang, kamag-anak na nasa bangko, may papaliwag nila yan ng mas maayos sa inyo. Yung mortgage payable, anyway, nasa business math din naman yan. Ma-encounter nyo rin yan sa business math. Diba? Pero bibigay ko na yung overview. Mortgage payable, it is secured by collateral. Ang loans payable, normally wala. Unsecured. Ayan. Non-current assets and non-current liabilities are also called long-term assets and long-term liabilities respectively. Okay. The fourth step is that prepare the owner's equity section. Balik tayo. Ayan, no? Dito naman, owner's capital lang. Diba? So, tuloy muna natin at mamaya may tatanong ko sa inyo. This section is basically lifted from the ending balances of accounts in the statement of changes in equity. Yan. So, ang tanong ko guys, tingnan nyo itong financial position na ito. Diba, we have different forms of business organization. We have the single proprietorship, we have the partnership, and we have the corporation. By just looking into this financial statement, ano sa tingin ninyo ang form of business organization ng ABM company? Ano sa tingin ninyo? Obviously, hindi siya corporation. Kasi kung corporation yan, dapat dito sa equity section, meron kayong mababasang common stock, preferred stock, dividend, retained earnings. Okay? Therefore, itong ABM company, by just looking dito sa kanyang financial statement, masasabi natin na siya ay single proprietorship. Okay? Well, ang partners, same lang din naman kasi sila ng partnership pagdating sa use of the terms, no, usually. Okay? Kaso nga lang pagdating sa equity, pagka partnership, normally ang nakalagay diyan ay partners capital. Okay? So kung owner's capital, normally it is a single proprietorship. And also guys, before ko makalimutan, kailan ba natin ginagamit ang report form at ng account form? Okay? Kailan natin sila ginagamit o ano ba ang pagkakaiba nila? No? Ang report form at account form, basically, they are the same. Nakita nyo naman yung pagkakaiba sa format nila. Diba? Pero, Normally, pagka service business, we use the account form. Bakit? Kasi hindi naman masyadong marami ang mga transaksyon ng isang service business. At so yung mga account titles na ginagamit ay hindi rin ganun kakomplikado. Therefore, walang merchandise inventory sa service type of business. Unlike sa merchandising business, no? Normally, ang daming account titles na ginagamit dyan. Kaya, ang ginagamit ay ito, report form. Pababa. Okay? So, yun yung pagkakaiba nila basically. Okay? Kung sinong industry ang gumagamit. Okay. Now, the number 5 step or the 5th step. Okay, ensure that the accounting equation is balanced. Siyempre guys, no, pinakita natin yung naka-double rule. Pag di-double rule mo na yung dalawa na yan, ibig sabihin, balanse sila. Balikan natin. Ayan, no? Ito total mo sila. Kaya nga balance sheet. Diba? Meron bang balance sheet na hindi balanse? O the imbalance sheet ang tawag doon. O diba? Nag-joke pa ako. Okay. O, tingnan natin ang report form. So, ganun din siya. O. Diba? Pareho yan. Dapat balanse. So, now, bago tayo magtapos, class, okay? I have a question for you to answer. Ang sagot nyo rito ay ilalagay ninyo sa comment section sa baba. Diba? I-comment ninyo ang inyong section. Siyempre, parang attendance. Pero dapat, after nung section ninyo, name and section, i-comment nyo ang sagot nyo dito at bakit yun ang sagot nyo. Yun ang gusto kong makita sa comment ninyo dito sa aking video lesson. May kakaintindihan ba tayo? Okay? Which of the following transactions would increase cash as well as non-current liabilities? Okay? O, intindihin nyo yung tanong ha. So, the choices are long-term bank loan, purchasing equipment on credit, payment to suppliers, and payment from customers. Okay? I'm sure naman naiintindihan nyo yung tanong. So, pag-isipan nyo maigi yung sagot dyan. At gusto kong mabasa ang sagot nyo sa comment section. Now, we are done with our lesson. After commenting, you can proceed with your Google Classroom or classwork for your first evaluation. Okay? Tungkol dito sa ating pinag-aralan. Okay? So, for every questions you have in your mind, no? Pwede rin ninyong i-comment dito sa ating sa comment section at pwede rin nating sagutin 'yan kapag tayo ay nagkaroon ng Gmeet. Okay? So, kung meron kayong mga gustong itanong, gustong malaman pa furtherly with our lesson, no? You say to me at maglagay tayo ng ating meet. Okay? Magkaroon tayo ng meet para ma-address ko naman yung inyong mga question. Okay, class? Okay? So, I am your subject teacher. I am Sir Levi Galorpo. Good morning, guys.